Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And today we're coming to a puzzle that was in last month's puzzle prompt on the Discord server, which was asking for puzzles about insects. And they tried to select a few that weren't just kind of thermo insects drawn in the grid, but have some differences. And this is a very interesting one to me. This is called Creepy Crawlies Are Scary. And you can see that rather brilliantly, part of the clues say creepy crawlies are scary. And nobody's in any doubt about that. Surely, maybe entomologists would disagree. We will have a look at the rule set in a moment. There's a particularly odd rule about these little flies that appear in the grid, and the rule set is quite amusing as well. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. First of all, I do want to congratulate the people on the 4th day of the puzzle hunt who have got over the line and finished it. So very well done. If you are listed here, that is a fantastic effort to get through what was a mixed set of puzzles. Some were hard to some people, some were easier, and opinion differs about them. I think it is solidifying that Petra is probably the hardest of the 7 wonders of the world in the hunt, and Christ the Redeemer possibly slightly behind, and then the others, which rather surprised me, frankly. I thought Machu Picchu would be the hardest, but there we go. Do have a go at the hunt if you're a patron and you haven't tried it already. If you're not, do think about joining our Patreon channel. There is so much going on over there all the time. And of course on Discord. So well done to those people. Now, as for this puzzle, the rules. This is by Phil. I think just Phil or Phil Preen. I'm not sure. Phil has appeared on the channel before, always with the name beginning with Phil and then something else. I think it was Phil V last time. Anyway, this one is his take on the insects thing. So we're asked to consider that we're at a picnic, and that's because this is a sandwich Sudoku. However, not only have the numbers from 1 to 9 been converted into these letters that we see down here, and we have to work out which numbers are 1 to 9. So clues up here are 1 or 2 digit sandwich clues showing the total of the digits sandwiched between the 1 and the 9 in that row or column. And of course, they've been substituted with letters. So RA might be 25 if R was 2 and A was 5. 1E, that's not an I, which it would really need to be for creepy crawlies, but that's a 1. So that's a number between 11 and 19. Of course, it could be 11 because E could be 1. Same with 1A and 1Y, I suppose, on the left. Only 2 across sandwich clues, 9 down ones. Now, the flies have got into the sandwiches, which means that wherever these symbols appear, they are in the sandwich clue, in a sandwich clue that's shown. And since neither of them appear in these rows that are given sandwich clues, they must all be in the down sandwich. And by that I mean they could be the 1 or 9 at the end of it, or they could be in the clue, in the digits that make up the sandwich that's being totaled at the top. So they're within the sandwich. They're not in our parlance outies. And then we're left with 2 lines, which are palindromes, which is relatively straightforward for this puzzle, I reckon. That means that they read the same each way. So those 2 digits will always be the same. And those 2 also, for instance. They both have a middle, it looks like to me. And those numbers aren't echoed anywhere in the grid. So we'll just have to work them out as if they were blank cells. But we do get to know that these lines are palindromes. The flies are in the sandwiches. The sandwiches are represented by letters. Oh, these letters in the grid are also obviously the digits that they represent in that cell. So there we go. That's the rules for Phil's Creepy Crawlies Are Scary. And do have a go if You're not too scared of this one. I'm going to try now. Let's get cracking. Yeah, let's get cracking with almost no useful information at all. No given digits in the grid. No given equivalencies to the letters. Only 11 sandwich clues, 2 skimpy palindromes, and these... I don't know, where the heck do we start here? Right, we start here. This fly has to be in its sandwich. And because it's on a perimeter cell in the sandwich, it's got to be the 1 or 9. It's got to be the crust at that end. So there we go. And it's got a clue that is somewhere between 11 and 19. So that's got to be 2 cells long. Can't be longer than 4. So the other crust is in one of these 3 cells, and these are not in the sandwich. Ah, right. Okay, I'm having a thought as well about 1 and 2 letter clues for these sandwiches. And that is that, which I know from constructing sandwich Sudoku sometimes, is that these are quite useful sometimes in determining which boxes the 1 and 9 fall in. So, yeah, I mean, oh yes, okay, this is useful as well. Look, those 2 flies in column 9 mean that this sandwich definitely includes a crust in this box and 1 higher up. It's not confined to 1 box, and S, a single digit, any sandwich that is confined to 1 box, so 2 crusts around a number, must be a single digit. So in this group of 3 boxes, there are no sandwiches confined to 1 box. We know that that one crosses a box boundary by the flies. We know that these 2 must by the fact that they're 2 digits. So this, in column 8, we are using box 3 and box 6. One of these 2, both of them must use box 9. And one of them extends all the way up to here. Now that can't be S. If there is a 1 or a 9 here, this is the closest it can start to the top, then there can't be another one up here because you'd have 4 cells in between, and that would have to give you a 2-digit number. So S doesn't go to the top box. W does, and both W and WL rather, and S extend to the bottom box. So those are not used. So I'm greening cells that can't be 1 or 9. Now, can we do anything like that? We don't have... Oh, we've got flies there. So, yeah, again, all of these must be in the sandwich. If there's a fly there and a fly there, they're the closest together the crusts can be, the furthest into the middle. So those are in the sandwich. Oh, I see. So we... So we know C isn't 1 or 9 because it's in the sandwich. Same for A. I don't know if that really helps. Oh, God, right, sorry. Here's what I should have looked at the start, is the 2-digit clues begin with different letters of the alphabet, R, E, and W. So they are 1, 2, and 3. Honestly, that's pretty obvious. The maximum a sandwich clue can be is 35, because 45, the total of 1 to 9, minus 1 and 9, which leaves all the digits that could be in a maximal sandwich, is 35. Oh, brilliant, yes. And you cannot have a 34 sum. This is vital. Ah, right, this is how to start. Sorry, what I've been doing is probably helpful, but not yet. Right, now the importance of the fact that you can't have a 34 sum in a regular sandwich Sudoku which is the case because the one of the digits that you can't leave out of the sum of 2 to 8 is 1 because it's not in them. That's a very poor way of explaining it, but either the longest sum you can have is 35. If you had 1 and 9 on the corners, it will always be 35. If you move one of those in a bit, you have to lose at least a 2 to the outies, and then it comes down to 33. Now, these totals, although one of them begins with a 1, RE, let's say, let's very specifically say EP, RA, and WL, these three columns. One of them begins with a 1, one of them begins with a 2, and one of them begins with a 3, 35 being the maximum number. Now, what do they end in? Well, none of those three end in a 1, 2, or 3, because 1, 2, and 3 are E, R, and W. So one of them must end in a higher number, and 34 is not a possible sandwich sum. So one of them is a 35, and has, I don't know which one, but yeah, either P, A, or L is 5. I'm going to bother to pencil mark that, even though I may never use that, but one of those is a 5. Now, the more important thing is, one of these cells is a 1 or 9, because one of those three has its perimeters on the outside, has its crusts on the outside. So these cells can no longer be 1 or 9. They can go green, because we've already got 1 or 9 in the row. A second will be in one of those, and then those can't have it. So how can we use this? Right, RE is going to be made up of 2 of these digits, and it's not 35. No, it could be 32 or 31, okay. I was just about to conclude, possibly falsely, that R isn't 3, but I don't think I can do that. I do need to think about this a bit now. Now, we know that C and A are not 1 or 9, so I can green that, because that is another A, and if it's not 1 or 9 there, it's not 1 or 9 here. R we don't know about yet. If it was 1 or 9, it would be 1, of course. But I don't know, not going to risk doing anything with that. I'm trying to work out how to use the knowledge that one of these three and one of these three are perimeter sums. Okay, in this bottom row, we do get a clue. We get somewhere between between 14 and 19 clue. How can we use that? I don't know. How can we use the fact that E is sitting there in its own EP clue? No, if it was 35, that would be fine to have a 3 there. Okay, need to do a bit more thinking. Maybe I'm going to go back to thinking about single digit. Yes, look, C has a 1. Well, this is the highest up that the sandwich can have its lower crust. So even if C was 9, you could get 2, 3, 4 in there, another sandwich digit there, and this would be green. So that's definitely green. Yeah, and these have 2-digit clues. So one of those is a sandwich clue, is a crust, and one of those. So columns 2 and 3, we do use the top box, but I suppose they could both end in box 4, and C could be around that number. I don't think there's any way of using the palindromes at the moment. I'm really struggling to kind of work out what I can do to make any actual progress in figuring out numbers. This is tricky. Right, let me just refocus myself and think again. I'm missing something here, aren't I? What am I missing here? RA. Okay, yes, we know that it uses one up here and one down here. So one of Y or C does use box 2, and because they're short clues, I was going to say that no other clue bridges over, but it could do. If Y or C was 9, another clue, apart from the RA, could bridge the box in these three, and C, say, or Y could be left as just condensed in the middle. Well, actually, no, C couldn't be, because the C in the box is there, not here. So that is not a possible configuration, and therefore what? I don't know. Therefore, C will use one of these digits in its sum. No, that's not true. It could be there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at here. I don't know if I don't think I'm looking at this the right way at all. Let's have a total rethink. Palindrome. If there's a green cell on one part of the palindrome, there's a green cell in the echoing part over there. That's about the most minor gain possible. Maybe it's to do with the fact that, okay, this one is 1E. That's 11, 12, or 13. That can't be more than 3 cells, so that's green as well. One of those two, I'm going to mark a domino there and one there. One of those two definitely contains a 1 or 9. There's definitely one here, definitely one here. Yeah, we know this. I've been through that before. That doesn't tell me whether that is or not a 1 or 9. Oh, this is so complicatedly weird. And so few across clues of sandwiches. Oh, okay. What can be 9? Well, C can't be. Oh, yes, it could be. Now I'm thinking about what can't be 1. That's not very helpful. R, E, and W. None of them are a single letter clue. Oh, my goodness. One A is at least 14, but that could be sandwiched there. Otherwise, it would have to bridge across and include one of those. I don't know. I don't know how to think about this at all. There's an RE and an RA. Could the RA be 32 or 33? It can't. If R... Oh no, I'm saying RA could be 35. Could RE be 30 something? It would need... Can't be 30. It's 31 or 32. So it would have a 2 or a 3 outie up here. Then it would need digits, 1 crusts there and there, and that works fine for 1Y. Doesn't rule it out at all. Oh my goodness, I don't know how you're meant to do this. Absolutely not seeing something. C sums. There are 2 different columns with C sums and a cell with C in it. It's still possible for those two to be the outies. It would be much more likely, I think, for one to be in box 7 and one to be in box 4, but I can't see how to make a conclusion about that. Now, is there anything about how these ends of palindromes interact? Those two are the same. Maybe they couldn't be 1 and 9 together, although I don't see why not initially at all. If E was 3, so then this would be the 35 clue. This would be a 13 or 23. This would be a 13. The 1Y would be quite interesting. That would need 29. Oh. Well, it would need a digit in one of those two cells, but why not? Again, I can't see. Let's keep looking at those palindromes. Those two are the same. For both of... No, hang on. Those two are those two. So those two digits appear in that group of 3, but doesn't tell me anything useful as far as I can see. I'm just not learning anything about these number equivalences. I just don't know what to do with this. Sorry. E, R, and W. Is there anything I can do? Have I missed a rule or something? I don't think so. How do you make progress here? I honestly thought, stumbling on the fact that one of these was 35. Yeah, it makes P, A, or L 5. I just don't know how I can possibly use that information. If A was 5, here and here, then this would be the 1-9 pair in the 35 sum. Ah, okay. A is not. Yeah, okay. This, why can't this be? Oh no, I'm just saying A can't be 1 or 9. Well, I knew that. A and C can't be 9 because I've got them on green cells. It's the most useless little bit of information possible. P, A, or L are 5. So, but I mean, anything could be 9 apart from A and C. L, P, S, or Y could all be 9. Does one of them need to have a 3-cell sum somehow? I just don't see how it could be. What I don't see is how there is a constraint that allows any progress in this puzzle to be made at all at this point. Only one of Y or C has a crust up here. RE does. Oh, and RE? No, but it could be 31 or 32. That's what we've worked out. Then you would have crusts here and here. One somewhere in those 3 cells. Just doesn't do. Oh, if R was a crust, maybe that's the way to look at it. You'd have a crust here as well because they're both R's. R would be a 1. Oh, so it wouldn't go down to the base here. Oh, of course. Oh, good grief, sorry. Yes, this cannot be the 35. Sorry, R cannot be a 3, because for this to be a 32 column, it would, or 31, it would need those to be the crusts, and R has to be 3, so it can't be a crust. Right, so R is not 3. Hurrah! Therefore, that cell is not a crust. Either EP is 35 or WL, so A is not a 5. Can it be EP? If EP was 35, we worked out you can have a 3 there. You'd have a 1-9 pair here. One of those would be a 1 or 9. Do we know anything else? EP is 35, so 1E would be 13. RE would be 13 or 23. In fact, RE is now 23 at a maximum, and the lowest its crust can be is there. I still think it could be 5 cells. It could still just get a 1 or 9 down to the bottom of the grid, which is maddening. I thought I could maybe green that cell, but no, I cannot do that. But come on, if it was that obvious with R, what am I missing with E or W? Why can't one of them be 35? Maybe it's to do with P or L? No, they don't appear anywhere else, so it's not that. Must be E. E appears a couple of times. So R would be, if E was 35, R would be 23 or 13. RE would be 23 or 13. If R was 23, that would be green. So this would be a 1 or a 9. So would this. Then there has to be one down here. Hang on, is that right? If E is 35, if EP is 35, then we've got crusts here. Now RE is a maximum of 23. Well, it's either 23 or 13. Oh, if it's 13, that is a crust. That's fine. There's just not a problem with that. WL? W and L don't appear anywhere else. Is there something about that setup that doesn't work for 1 and 9 there? I don't think so. Oh, I'm getting stressed by this. This is just not working at all. So sorry. Minutes are ticking by and I'm making no progress on this puzzle. What on earth am I missing here? Now, R is 1 or 2. So this RA is somewhere between 14 and 18 or 24 and 28, including those 3 cells. Can E be a 1? That would be a 1, and this would be a sum between, well, it wouldn't be 15, it would be 14, 16, 17, or 18. Putting the other crust in one of those 3 cells. I can't, is this really all we get? I'm totally confused here now. Just don't see how we can do this. Why is that cell? Suppose R appears twice in a domino, so there is a decent chance that R is 1. So maybe proving that E isn't 1. No, that's not it. I have to prove that E is not 3. That's what I have to do. Why can't E be 3? 13 there or there. 35 here. P is 5. E would be a 3 here with a 1, 9 on the end. The clue for column 2 would be 13 or 23. I just cannot begin to see why anything here gives us a problem. Is it the flies? Am I missing the flies in some way? This C clue. C can't be 9. Okay, so this is now green. Oh my God, that is absolutely vital. Oh my goodness. Right. C has stopped being able to be 9 since something I worked out at some point. Since that had to be in this sum. That's right. That was ages ago. But the fact that C can't be 9 and the sandwich sum begins there means it cannot be 3 cells of sandwich, so we can never get up to that cell. So that's green. That's on the palindrome, and that means that's green. And that means the one cell in these 3, yeah, there can only be one of these that is a crust. Therefore, the second crust in the box is here. R is 1, and I've got a digit, and I've got it in the grid. And that has taken me half an hour of being not very smart. Let's be brutal about that. Right, so we get a 1 here. Can we get anything from this? Right, RE is now 12 or 13. Those can't be 1 anymore. I still don't know which one is 35, but never mind for now. RE is 12 or 13, so that's green. These are all green because 12 or 13 can't go longer than 3 cells of sandwich. So one of these is a 1 or a 9, is a 9 in fact. Let's pencil mark that as it's something I didn't know before. 2 cells on the palindrome, so green the other end of them. Come on, come on, come on, keep going now. Now, C is using once box 4 and once box 7. So box 4 has already got its 2. There's a 1 in one of those 2 cells, in fact. And there's a 9 in one of the... Oh, that cell sees both 1 and 9. Oh, it's something you sometimes notice in a sandwich Sudoku, and it rarely matters. Here, it's absolutely crucial. That cell sees both a 1 and 9, so it can't be 1 or 9, and therefore EP can't be 35. The 35 is WL, and that has taken me forever, but I've got it now. Right, WL, 35. E is 2, yes. So that's a 2. Is that the only write-in digit I get from that? No, it can't be. This is a 9. It's the last place in the box where a 9 can go. Right, green there. EP now adds up to 20 something, not 1, 3 or 5. Does it have to be 4 cells of sandwich? Oh, look, we've got one down here and 1Y, which is 14, 16, 18 or 19. So they're green. That's green. S has got a bit shorter, not much. Can that be red? Oh, look, we know the number here. That's 1. That's 9. Now that cannot be red because it's seeing a 1 and a 9. That is green. I could probably have ruled it out by the maths of 5 cells not being able to add up to more than 19. Yes, I could. That's annoying. I like that way better though. Right, this is in the sandwich, so it has to be the crust now that's been ruled out. That's green. Oh, that's a 9 because it's looking at a 1. This is a 9 because it's the last place in row 7 and 9 can go. This is green, this fly. No. What am I talking about? That's absolute hogwash. 9 is in one of these 3 cells. That is totally different, totally boring. And I've lost my reason slightly with this puzzle. Right, this, just like that, had to be a 1 or 9. This does too, because it's in the sandwich. It's a fly. Lovely, lovely fly. Thank you for helping me out. Now, I don't know if S can be 9, so I can't rule out... Oh, yes, I can actually. That cannot be a crust, because S would have to be 9 to allow 2, 3, 4 there. And S can't be a 9 if that's a crust, because we'd have 3 crusts in the row. Lovely. So, tiny deduction. Well, not tiny deduction. Y is not 9 now. So 9 is either S or P. It still can be S, or else P is EP is a 29 sum, which would put 1 here and 4 there. In fact, EP is at least 24. 876 is 21. That's green. It's on the palindrome. Oh, God, I've just marked it as green on the palindrome, so I could have found that out. Oh, this is green because we've got our 2 reds in this row, and that's a 1. In fact, I'm not sure I've made them red. They look a bit orangey to me. There we go. They're green as well. No palindrome cell in the whole puzzle is a crust. I think I should have mentioned the palindromes were meant to be worms. That might be why they can't be crusts, but I don't think that was relevant. Right, that was just a bogus pencil mark that's getting worse. There we go, got rid of it. 9 is in one of those 2. This one must be a crust for this RA set. Yes. And that must therefore... No, it might not be the 9. This is 1 because it's the last place in the box. I mean, the absolute basics are eluding me at the moment. I mean, you'll probably say they've eluded you throughout the whole puzzle, but this is a pair, a 1-9 pair now. So let's take out the pencil marks. Now, one of these is orange, and I don't know, is red, and I don't know which. Don't know there. Oh, one of these. That's in the sandwich. No. Come on. Now that we've got some progress, it would be very annoying to have another long hiatus, but I don't put it past myself. That can't be 5. So we're getting sets of 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. C, I don't know about these. They could even be in the same row. Nothing to stop me at that yet. One of these 2 is a crust. C is a single cell. So that 1, 9 can't reach up to there because C isn't 9, yes. So one of these 2 is a crust. One of these 2 is a crust, one of these 2 is a crust, but it could be those 2, couldn't it? Or it could be 1 there and 1 here. Although, could it be... I just don't know. What am I looking at? Come on, think again. Don't know which cells they are. Y is a single cell item. No, not necessarily a single cell. It's a single digit sandwich sum that goes in here. Oh, 1E, that is now 13. So that's either 8, 5 or 7, 6. Maybe I need to do some super old sandwich Sudoku to get going. C is either 1 or 2 cells there. It doesn't have to be 2 cells there. It would be useful if it did a bit. Maybe it's this 1A clue. Where? If that was a 9, 1A, it could be 18. It could stretch across to there. 9, 1, that would put 9 here. 1 here. 9, 1. Oh, it's driving me mad now. Phil, you have absolutely messed me up with this. I officially am scared of creepy crawlies now. Right. 1y, 14, 16, 17, or 18. I can't use that yet. RA in 3 or 4 cells. 14, 16, 17, 18. Again, don't know. Am I missing something obvious about the flies? No. One of those is a 9. One of those is a 9. Yes, that is relevant. That is very relevant because now the 1 cannot be here because its 2 possible 9s would give a 0 clue or a 35 clue. Oh my goodness, that's just genius. Don't mean by me, because that has taken a long time. Right, red there, that's green. This doesn't necessarily tell me... 1 is now in one of these 2 cells. It can't be here, because it would either... Oh, it could be. That could add up to 18. It couldn't be here looking left. Can it be there? 9 would be here. 1 would be here. 9, 1, 9. Yes. Maybe it can't be here. 1 there. 9, 1. 9 up here. That's all right. 1. 9 can't be here. Yes, of course. 9 is in a pair. Here, those are 9s. Now, I've got that this is a 1. 9 there, 1 there. This is green. This didn't work for some reason. Let me just check this out. I can't even understand why it didn't work. 1 there, 9, 1. 9, 1 would be next to 9 and we'd have a 0 clue. My God. It's staggering work, this. Right, that is not a 1. The 1 is here. And that can't be 9, therefore, now, I believe, because we couldn't make the 1A sum. Right, so let's write in where everything is. 9 there, 9 there, 9 is up here, 1 now has to be there, 9 and 1, S is 9. Right, I am on to you, Phil. Finally, finally, finally. I don't think this puzzle was meant to be this hard, and you have probably therefore been shouting at the screen all day long. I'm sorry. Anyway, here we are now. S is 9. Fill it in, man. Fill it in. It is filled in. Bother. Right. So P, like all the others, is 4, 6, 7, or 8. That's 35. RA is only 3 digits. That doesn't help resolve it. Oh, EP is missing a 2 and is, I don't know, 24. It can't be 24. That would leave a 9 up here. 26 would leave a 7. That's quite possible. 27 would leave a 6. 28 would leave a 5. They're all possible. S in 2 cells is 9 here. It doesn't help at all. C is 2 cells, so C is not 4. I'll take these tiny little victories. RE is 12 in 3 cells, but they can have 2s. Come on. 1A. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I need to find the next break-in still. 14 to 18 there. 14 to 18 here. And all the downs. 9 there. 13 here. 14 to 18 there. 6 to 8 here. So it doesn't have any number bigger than 6. That's hardly helping. Oh, Y, 2 cells. Again, 2 cells. So that can't be 4. So 4 is now A. Oh, by elimination. Thank God for this chart down here. 4 is A. So I can put a 4 in there. And a 4 in there. And this clue is 14. And what the heck use is that? This C, Y, and P are all 6, 7, and 8. 4 in box 3 has to be in one of those cells. That's not very useful at all. I just need a little bit more. Y is 6, 7, or 8. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, but this one can't be a 4. RE is 12, but it can still have... Oh, C, single cell. Oh, but I don't know what it is. 6, 7, or 8 there. Come on, come on, come on. So that is the same as that, because they're both C. Therefore, not on the palindrome. Therefore, up there somewhere. I can't need to do something like this, surely. Ooh, if they're not on this palindrome either. Oh, that's quite interesting. I'm going to colour C. Let's go with purple. I think down in this box, it's now not on the palindrome. So but it could be on the central cell. Oh, bother. So it's in one of those two. Up here it was in one of those two. Again, not on the palindrome. That means it's in one of those two. C, this is. 6, 7, or 8, as it is. And I run out of steam there, so I don't think that was all that helpful. I might try and remember that. Maybe I'll leave those two coloured, just to remind me. I mean, it couldn't be more obvious that they're the same since they're both labelled C. But I seem to need every crutch in this puzzle that is possible. 16, 17, or 18 there. Only 6, 7, or 8 here. Why can't I rule out something? I don't know what this sandwich total is. Oh, this is now 14. There we go. Oh, crikey. 2, 3, 4, 5 has to be 14. Those two can't be 4. So 6, 7, 8 over here. 6, 7, and 8 are not on the palindrome, so they're not in those cells. So they are in these 3. This one can't be 5. I'm not going to say what that means about P because I can't remember how this works. 22, 28 or 9. No, 10, 12, 18 or 19. And the sandwich for P is therefore 27 or 26. So P is not 8 is what it means. 6, 7, 8, 1, 9. Does that not? Oh, I've got 6, 7, 8 triple in column 1 and 4. So these are from 2, 3, and 5. Oh, that's not a 2. That's equivalent to that. 3 or 5 there. This is equivalent to that and can't be a 2 as well. So 3, 5 are the ends, well, the first 2 cells along each side of that palindrome. That's not 3 or 5, it's 2 or 6. That's not 3 or 5. So Y has to be even, is not 7. Come on, come on. This one is 2, 6, 7, or 8. That's not a 5 now, so that's not 8. This actually might have a solution. Incredible. What a remarkable puzzle it is. What a hash I've been making of it. Or maybe not. Maybe this is the only way to solve it. Oh, look, 2. Well, this is slow. 2 and 4 can just be written in there thanks to that 4. That's now a 2. Actually, it was ever since I did that. 1 and 4. That's not a 4. What's C? Still 6, 7, or 8 in those 2. And there and there. Now, one of those is C. One of those. Something there. I don't know how to use this. Right, let's fill in the possibilities in the top row. Do a good lift on this, as I believe people say. RA is 14. 8. Oh, RA is 14. No, I don't know how to use that. 14 there. C, if I knew C's total, I'd know what those added up to. And if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. 3, 5. I'm just staring again and again at the same clues. Something must give this way. This is now 16 or 18. 3, 4, 5 is the minimum, would be 12. I mean, that's not helpful. The palindrome can't have a 2 on those 4 cells. Therefore, there's no 2 on those ones. So 2 is limited to those 2 cells in box 8. Not 3, 2, and to one of those. This is so tough. 4 can't, no, it can't be there on the palindrome, but it can be anywhere else. Not there, which is that cell. Doesn't get anything done. I'm going to persevere at this. Stick with me. Stick with me. 2, 3, 2, 9, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have so few clues left. That's those 3 downs. I suppose, yeah, still this EP one. And this pair equals 9. I don't think they have a 4 in, because 4 has to be in one of those. Oh, hang on, something's gone weird here. Okay, I haven't used this pencil marking yet, but it's completely wrong because I was adding up to 13. Okay. Thank God I haven't used it for anything. What I did use it for was putting a 4 over here, and that's bogus. So, and I put a 4 down here. Right. Sorry about that. Careless again. Now, this adds up to 12. So it's either 4, 8 or 5, 7. Don't tell me that's not even going to help. Can't be 4, 8 that way round. 4 is definitely in one of those 2 cells, because it has to be in the 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's not in box 6. The A is 4. That's right, yeah. They look dreadfully similar to the previous pencil marks, but they are different. 4, 1, 2, 9. I don't know what to do. This. Can Y be 6? It would have to have a 4 here and a 2 here. You'd then have a 6. What's going on in this row? I've got a 2 looking straight at that. Oh, I've seen it now. I know, it's a bit late. 6 and 2. Y is 8. Oh dear. This is embarrassing. Right, that's also, I can now see that's not a 5. Now things are suddenly getting clearer. I wish they were. That is a 3, 4, 5 set, so we get a 2 in the corner. That's not a 2. This is a 6, 7, 8 triple. Oh, can't use it. But 8, C is 6 or 7, so it doesn't have a 6 in it. Could still, this isn't a 3. It's barely any use. 1 of 6, 7 or 8 is on one of those 2 cells of the palindrome, therefore in those that's not. 2 is now looking at that cell, yes. Right, so 2 can go in there. That's not a 2. C is 6 or 7, that's there. That is 6 or 7. This lot adds up to 14 without a 2. 3, 4, 7 or 3, 5, 6. 3, 5, 6 would make that 2, 4 and that 8. 3, 4, 7, can't have a 6 in it. It is 3, 4, 7, right. C is 7. We've got all the equivalences done. Eventually, this has been painful. I know this has been painful for you, dear viewer. I feel for you, having to watch me struggle with this absolute... It's probably not an abomination of a puzzle. It's probably reasonably doable, but I have found it very difficult. I'd be very interested to hear, if you didn't watch the solve and you just cracked on, how you got on with it. And whether it really was much more straightforward than this. And I've no doubt people will be telling me that it was. 6, 7 or 8. 4, 6, 7 or 8. I mean, the bad pencil mark. I honestly don't think it affected this solve at all. It doesn't help putting it in. May have slowed me down a bit. That's a 5. It's got a 3 and 4 looking at it now. 5, 1, 7, 3, 4, 9, 2. So 6 or 8 at the bottom. What about this sum that adds up to 18? 8 and 3 and 7, or 6, 5, 7. Definitely a 7 there. These are from 3, 4 and 5. That includes this on the palindrome. So 3, 4, 5 triple. This is 6 or 8. So it must be 6 because it's on the palindrome over there. That makes this 8. That makes this 6. This is a 7, 8 pair. Oh, the 2, 5 pair makes this 3. They're not 3. That's a 4, 5 pair. So is that at the bottom of box 7. That fixes the 3, 5 there on the palindrome. Wow. I know sometimes some of you say don't beat yourself up too much, but I don't think you can probably say that about this puzzle. I deserve a good thrashing, frankly. Right, that's not a 4 anymore. 3 and 4 fixed. Oh, this adds up to 9, doesn't it? It doesn't have a 3 in it or a 2, so it's 5, 4. That fixes the 2, 5 pair in the middle. We can take 5 out of those two. We know what y is. I might as well fill that in because it completes the row as well. Let's talk about finding something out too late. 5, 4, that all looks right. 6 and 5 can be filled in. 7 and 3 at the top. That fixes this 12 sum, which I now know to be correct. 6 and 5, 7 and 8, 3 and 4. How are these ever going to unwind? Oh, the sandwich, EP. Yes, 12, 15, 20, and P makes 6 there. Brilliant. That's a really clever puzzle. I mean, you know, literally I'm going to have to sit here and say it's beyond my pay grade because I did not make much of that. I am officially scared of creepy crawlies, Phil, and you have done it to me. I wasn't before today, but now I am. There we go. Let's colour those back to green because the purple never barely helped. There we are. Very well done if you got through that. 1 hour. That might be my longest Sudoku ever, and all because I'm not very good at Sudoku, it turns out. Anyway, there we go. Thanks very much for sticking with it to the end. What a marathon. And well done, Phil. Great stuff. See you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.